Welcome to the first day of the WIP, guys. It's Jocelyn here. We're going to do these in 3-parters, so you'll get 3 parts from Diana and 3 parts from me, which is 6 extra bonus videos for you guys. We're going to have complications to my list. My hair is down right now, so we're going to grab from the top of the stack and we're going to work our way down. There are 2 projects that I am not going to mention in the state of the WIP. And that is simply because at the time of recording, they are on my check-in list with Louise. Since I am pre-recording these in a little bit earlier in November, it feels weird. And I'm very much, my brain is like, you can't talk about those. So there is a pair of vanilla socks and 1 blanket project that I can't talk about simply because my brain's screaming, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. First up, because it's the easiest to grab, because I've got some of the yarn living in my old Mary Kay bags, because I used to do Mary Kay. Like the makeup, not a huge fan of the rest of it, but love the makeup. So in here and in the other one, I don't know if there's a cat sleeping behind me or not. I have the Quilt Crochet Blanket. So what this is, I just pulled out the topmost square, which is the one I finished, is this beautiful little dude is actually made up of smaller squares that are the granny square style of blankets. This is made out of Olive Burnett Premium. They're tweeds or they're not tweed line, because I love me a Burnett Premium blanket. Super good. But they make, it looks like a quilt is what it looks like. So each of these squares are done and then sewn together. And each of this is a grid of, what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're a 4x4 grid. And I have to make things like 36 of these. And then there's borders around them, and then they turn into a blanket. So it's a lot of crafting and seaming. And I'm currently trying to get the right shade of gray in so I can continue working on this project. So at the moment we're stalled out because while I finally got more of the Aran tweed, which I need, I have enough of the blue and I have enough of, actually in the border colors, there's a square of green in each corner. I have enough of those and they're made, and the plain Aran ones are made, but the squares where it's half gray, half Aran, or half gray, half blue, I don't have enough grays. So I'm currently waiting on the ability to get some gray in stock and pick it up so that I can continue work on my blanket. But this will eventually be a blanket for my bed. Before you guys are like, hey Jocelyn, is that going to be a heavy enough blanket? Yeah, it will be. Don't worry. It'll be a thing. It'll be good. It'll be fun. As they say, it'll be fine. Okay. Second blanket. I started making a Cozy Memories blanket, and I first started making a Cozy Memories blanket in knit squares. And then I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. Not at the fingering weight. Then I was like, I'll crochet them. And I'll crochet them together as I go. So I got 2 strips. I started crocheting together. Great. You're like, listen, six fingering weight squares. I've got a long way to go before I'm in a blanket. You're not wrong, right? Oh my God, do I ever. Now I've decided that I don't just want a memories blanket. And while I might continue making towards a memories blanket, what I really want is a Battenberg blanket, which is not going to take all of my minis. So while I'm creating a Cozy Memories blanket, really what is it to add extra squares and make a Battenberg blanket, which is literally, it looks like a Battenberg cake, hence the name Battenberg blanket. So you'll have a square, a colored square, surrounded by white squares. So that way, each one of your colors, I'll fold this up here. So like this green square would have white squares around it, and then it'll have a green square. So it looks like a Battenberg cake, which is super, it just looks really good. I really like it. And I like the style and format. And I have so many minis, guys, so many minis. Blankets are such big projects. I don't give myself deadlines for blankets, but I did buy a ton of this wool-like from your Lion brand. Yeah, the line is wool-like. It's from the Lion brand company, and I bought it in white. This is acrylic. Did this for 2 reasons. 1, acrylic wool blends are lovely. 2, acrylic doesn't stretch as much as wool, so I'm hoping this adds a little bit of stability to the blanket and a little bit of structure to the blanket. And 3, this doesn't really have a dye lot thing I have to worry about. So even if I have to buy more white later on, as I'm assembling and creating the blanket, it in theory will just flow because it'll be, obviously I work from the inside of the blanket to the outside of the blanket or from the bottom of the blanket to the top of the blanket. So if it changes colors, there'll be that color stripe. I'm probably gonna work inside to out. So if I have to do it, then it looks like there's a different white around the border. But I did buy 6 skeins of this. So hopefully that's enough to do a big bag. And I mean, queen size, guys, we're talking big. Will it consume all of these minis? Yes. Between a memories blanket and a Battenberg blanket, you betcha. Technically, I've only started the memories blanket though. The Battenberg blanket has not been started, though I won't lie, it might be my cheeky cast on for fun Christmas Day as a for me project. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't decided yet. For the third and final blanket that we're going to talk about, I'm not pulling it over because I literally, that big Walmart, like the big Walmart reusable bags sitting on that chair there, my rocking chair consumes like the whole rocking chair seat. It's just full of scrap acrylic yarn. It's my scrap acrylic yarn. There's, am I punching things? I don't know what's going on anymore. There's more scrap acrylic yarn tucked in there, tucked up. Like there's scrap acrylic yarn everywhere right now. And I'm making my niece a blanket for her bed. Now, this is because she's getting a basement bedroom in my sister's new home. They're renovating the basement. When it's done, she's going to have her own space down there so that she can, you know, have her own space. We're big on that in this family. We're big on the independence thing. So I was like, I'm going to make her blanket because, like her mom, she's always cold. So holding 2 strands of worsted acrylic held double. I'm not dumb. She's a teenager, and making something that she could easily care for. So if she decides to go to university or when she first moves away from home, she's got a blanket she can wash and put in the dryer if she wants to. And that will hold up to a bit of wear and tear. That, if I'm honest, would be easier for me to replace a square cheaply for her should I need to do so. I am doing some giant marled squares. Now, some of them are one set of colors, so just 2 strands held double. Some of them are little smaller squares in a grid of 9. And they're going to be interspersed, so you'll have a big square with a square of 9, big square with a square, you get the idea. And they're going to make a blanket for her. Let's get into the meat of this. Let's talk sweaters. First off, there is the Olme vest, and I don't know where I've put it. It's in here somewhere. Somewhere in here, I have 2 shades of gray cotton with a shade of white cotton that I started making a vest this summer, which was actually on my Make 9. So like, yeah, I actually casted something from my Make 9 on this year. But I don't know where it is at time of filming. Having a hot clue. Not having a hot clue. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Who knows where it's gone, but it's gone. So you know what? It is a garment. I am making it, and somewhere there is a project bag with this project in it. Okay, let's talk about other things. Back to crochet for a second. In this crinkly sounding bag, I have I've got some good progress done. I had to put it down because I had to sweater in a month challenge came up. So I had to put this away for a little bit. This is the start of my Cocoon Cardigan. So this is from a video tutorial that I watched from Nadia, who is Yarn Utopia. Here on YouTube, she's the lady I learned to crochet from because the 365 square challenge I did her tutorial videos for. So she has one to make a slouchy cardigan, granny square cardigan. And it's super simple. This is obviously not big enough yet because I need more space to put me in to have a slouchy cardigan. And that's fine. That's a size ratio thing. That's just I'm tall and I have a large set of girls. So they need more. I just need more. Whatever, it's fine. I don't care. I do have this much done. Now these are in beautiful Karen Cake colorway that I got from the wonderful patron Susanna, and she had already split the balls of yarn into their separate sort of colors, so I kept that split, and I've gone all the way through those 2 balls that she sent, and I made a big chunk of this cardigan. Like it's a big chunk of this cardigan is done, and I already know I'm going to keep the autumnal theme going on for this cardigan, and I'm going to do the ribbing around the opening in the middle, which is technically my hem and my neckband all in one piece, and the ribbing that's done on the sides where do you seam up the sides for your armholes. So I'm going to do those in like a dark foresty green, so you get like that color punch left for the season, but the rest of it's going to be in yellows, oranges, pumpkin oranges, and this rust color. Now, there was a bit of talk with the Diana, and we were discussing how to finish it off because I need that extra length. I need those extra rounds of crochet. It's not hard. It's just a granny. It's right now it's a giant granny square. And I thought maybe I would use this, which is another one of those wonderful Caring cakes that I got. However, this variegation would mess up with the pattern that I have going on in the project so far. So, noting that that's going to be like I've got the gray bug bunnies shoved in here too. This little bag is not meant to hold this big of a project. Whoops. So this is actually going to get around the border my leftover burgundy red, which, while being a closer Christmas red, is still a deep red, so it still falls into the fall range in this color range. And I'm going to use the rest of the burgundy red, impeccable, to make the square as big as I need it to be so that I can seam it up and have a crochet cardigan. Next up, in a cloth bag. Ooh, this is my Definitely Not the Opera swag bag. Ah, nice. I love CBC, guys. I know technically I should be like an 85-year-old grandma or something. I'm not, but I should be. I carefully and respectfully placed all of my, are you sensing a theme with me this year? Impeccable yarns from Lion Brand, again, acrylic. I love working in acrylics. There's a time and a place for acrylics, and right now I'm feeling that vibe. And I've got black tweed. Now, I can't see very well, at all. So I hear everybody going, Jocelyn, you're knitting in black. What is wrong with you, woman? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm making something called the launch sweater. There's no the, it's just launch sweater. It's just, I say the. And I have done one ball's worth on the sweater design. It is a hem up, so it's a bottom up sweater done in the round. And I have done enough of a bandeau that it would technically cover the girls, but it wouldn't hold anything up because, well, A, that wouldn't work, but B, look at this tweed. Look at that tweed. Look at all that beautiful tweedy flecky goodness. So good, so good. So absolutely positive when it comes time to put stitches on hold or pick stitches up. I am going to be paging friends in a panic to get some help with that because, oh boy, that's a thing. And if I'm smart about it, I pick this up early December and I get this body done. So while Diana's in town, I can get her to help me pick up the stitches on this rather than having to always bug Erin right now. So who knows? Odds are pretty good I'll get distracted, but one can hope that I will finish this turtleneck shaped, long, baggy, slouchy ski lodge sweater. Why I'm making a ski lodge sweater, I don't know. I really love the look of it. I'm hoping it turns out well. And it's going to be black. So then I will have knit myself a black sweater. I never know really how you see the stitches. The answer is I don't. At worsted weight in black, I still don't see the stitches. So this whole sweater is being done full on, no looking. No looking at the cast on, no looking at the stitches, no looking at the ribbing, no looking. And I'm told it looks fine. So I can't see any stitch definition at all. I have no idea what's going on. I started this one ages ago. Oh, I want to finish this one. I don't even remember what hook I was working on. That was the same size hook called for in the pattern, so I'll just be okay to check the pattern. Oh, do I remember what it is? The Holly cardigan. The Holly cardigan is a 3-colored crochet worked cardigan that kind of looks like candy corn. It's got a very fall theme to it. It has a wonderful stitch pattern to it. And I decided that I wanted it to look like a 70s Chesterfield. I'm very happy to look like a 70s Chesterfield. I'm kind of excited about looking like a 70s Chesterfield. I'm sure I've had families that had 70s Chesterfields because I remember the color placements. But I'm going from a dark brown through a red to a pumpkin orange, which are colors I can wear. I chose this instead of doing red to orange to yellow at the top because I can't wear yellows as well. So again, in the impeccable, sometimes, especially for crochet garments, given my current budget restrictions, I have to be careful what I choose to work in. So in my case, the impeccable was for me the budget-friendly option way to do the crochet cardigan, or just have fewer stuff. But I don't like the idea of having fewer stuff. So I made a couple of modifications to the pattern. It's supposed to be done in 3 pieces and seamed. I said, don't be silly. I'll just deal with the really long rows. And I am slowly but surely dealing with the really long rows. And I am making my way up in the chocolate brown, which is hard because I can't see any of the stitches in the chocolate brown. So I end up repeating rows a lot. Phaedra's helping, guys. People don't want to listen to you make crinkle sounds out of the bag. You don't care. There's nothing in that bag you haven't played with before. Monster. So this is another one I haven't picked up. And if I was smart about it, I would spend December finishing off these projects so I don't have them in 2021. The crochet projects definitely would be the way to go because I just crochet faster than I knit. Will I? I don't know. Guys, we're not at December yet. We'll see what happens. But this is in my I love recycling bag. So recycling gives you wings. I wish I could. Finish your sleeves, Douglas. Then you can cast on into this and pick a project to work on. That's what you can do. Guys, I might honestly just leave this stuff here so it's like in my face and bothering me so I deal with some of these projects. That's a really good idea. I like it. Okay, I'm going to hold you in suspense. This is going to be the end of part 1. Mostly because I'm hungry and I need to go make some supper. No other reason really. Sorry for the mood lighting. I need to move a lamp over or something so I've got better lighting at night so I can record in the evenings. So hopefully for part 2 we have better lighting and we'll go through the rest of my WIPs. We'll go through the rest of my WIPs. Not the stuff that I'm working on design-wise because I don't count that as WIPs. Maybe. No, I'm honestly, I'll try to go look for the Ome vest, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it, guys. So until next time and until the next state of the WIP for you guys, which is Diana next, I will say stay safe, stay crafty, and we'll catch you in about a week, I guess. Bye.